3, 2, 1.
Welcome back
to
another episode of
Take It Away this time.
Shorties.
Why are you so quiet?
Shorties.
Shorties.
So loud. And no one wants to hear us loud. Your mic is quieter than mine.
No, it's not. I just turned it down a little. Hopefully it's not too turned. Turn up.
Turn down for what? All right, guys. Welcome back. Happy Monday.
Hello.
We have a theme for you guys today.
Yeah, we love the themes lately.
Share the theme, Morgan.
It is teammate or opponent.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So, like last time and like always, we don't know each other's stories.
Yeah.
We kind of just figure out a theme and try and find some stories that we think go with that title or that theme that we want to pick. Mm-hmm. I think I have some pretty good ones.
I think I have some pretty good ones.
Love that. Okay, cool. Yeah.
Let's get into it.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Per.
You want to start?
I will start.
Let's hear it. Take it away.
I feel like this one's kind of... This is... Based off the title, it's kind of like, what the hell?
Okay.
But, okay, let me just get right into it. Yes. Okay. Am I the asshole for admitting in front of all of my husband's friends that I've never had an orgasm?
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Okay.
Okay, let's go.
I was recently at my husband's friend's birthday party. It was a bigger party with all of my friends' husbands and their wives there. No kids. One woman I was friendly with was annoyed at her husband and joked, "Men, if they didn't get us off, why would we keep them?" And she laughed. I awkwardly laughed, but I guess I looked uncomfortable. She asked me what was up, and she pointed out that I made a weird face. I said, "I've just never had an orgasm before, so I guess I couldn't relate."
No.
Almost a dozen people looked at me when I said that. It was super awkward. The wife then awkwardly asked, "Is everything okay down there?" And I said, "Yeah, just have never had anyone try, I guess." For the next 10 minutes, all of my husband's friends took turns insulting him in various ways. Many women talked about how they'd never married someone who couldn't get the job done.
Oh, man.
My husband made us leave early. When we got home, he lectured me about how I humiliated him. I pointed out that she asked, and I had the tendency to be honest. He's been really upset the last several days. He keeps saying he can't talk with his friends because now they think badly of him. Am I the asshole for being honest here?
Oh, no. I don't know who I feel more sorry for.
I'm just picturing this couple being extremely awkward.
Like, weird, awkward
because
couple.
You're the asshole for saying something. Like, you need to... Come on.
Yeah, that's... I wonder if he... Like, this is gonna sound like... Have they had this conversation? Like, has she told him? Like, is she pretending? Or is she just laying there like a log? Like, what's going on?
Yeah, what's your sex
like, does he know that she's not finished? Oh, no. This is so...
I know, it's, like, awkward for everyone.
Everyone it's awkward for. I think she's a kind of the asshole for saying
But that's what I mean, like... I think you would still know to not say anything or be uncomfortable. Like, there's one thing to be uncomfortable about, like, talking about sex and sexual stuff, but, like, when your husband's, like, the butt end of the joke.
And that's just, like, not to be, like, masculine this and that, but it's such a hit to, like, a man's ego, I feel like. But, like, for her side, I think if this is something she's open about and, like, talk to him about and, like, she's just kind of like, fuck it, yeah, like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, then I think maybe she's just fed up and she's not fucking having orgasms and she wants everyone to know.
So there is an edit.
Okay.
And it says, "I've brought the issue up countless times in the past. He tells me that it's not that important, not a big deal, or not a big deal that he doesn't get me off. Since it's not important, I just don't see why I have to hide it like some kind of dirty secret."
This changes
everything.
Yeah.
So
No.
if he doesn't find that important then why is it that important to keep secret,
right.
like she's saying?
So why are you embarrassed now that all your friends know?
Because I bet you're not gonna not care going forward.
Right. Oh,
does that not change things?
That changes everything. That's so funny.
So is she the asshole for saying it, though?
No, not anymore. But this is a bigger issue. Like, I think they have a lot of work to do.
Yes.
And I think once you go public with things like that, like, especially about sex life,
yeah,
people shouldn't know.
And it's not like you're out for dinner with one other couple.
That's what I mean.
She said a dozen people looked over.
Yeah, no.
So who even knows if there's more than that there?
Close. That's what I mean. I don't think people like that who don't know you should know all the ins and... No one really should know all the ins and outs of your intimate relationship, let alone random people at a birthday party dinner. So that's pretty shitty, but clearly the lady's fed up, and she's been very vocal about it, and you left her no choice. But now he's definitely not gonna freaking...
Yeah, that might just kind of...
I think they've got some issues.
Some big issues.
Huge. That's so funny.
So would you, in that situation, given the fact that, say, you've said something, would you make a comment like that?
God forbid I'm in that position, but... No, but really, like, yeah, I'd make a comment. But, like, I think the other lady said, I wouldn't be with someone who...
Didn't, yeah.
And also is not making an effort to. He literally said he doesn't care. This is weird.
Because I feel like everyone's different. Some people, it's like that. Some people, it's like, okay, come on, let's go. But where there's a will, there's a way. And I think the problem is he's not trying.
He doesn't even care.
He doesn't care, and he's telling her that's not important. But if it's important to her, then it's important, and it is important.
It's important.
Yeah.
It's huge.
It's this big.
No, you know what? It's funny. I seen a video today. Where was it? Anyways, it was basically just saying, like, this couple was talking about, like, their sex life.
Mm-hmm.
And, where did I see this video? Anyways, long story short, they just talked about that they weren't having sex. And someone, like, it was, like, either they were talking to a couple therapist or something, whatever. They're like, oh, so you're friends. Because, sorry, that's really the only difference between friends and, like, intimate relationship, or, like, a couple, is that you're having intercourse. Like, sorry.
I mean, I'm not laying next to my friends, though. I'm not...
Well, I'm just saying, like, the intimacy part, like...
Just as a whole, intimacy.
Well, as a whole, but I think, like, sex is the one huge main difference.
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you can have really deep, close, like, friendships, but a relationship is... There's a step further in your intimacy.
Yeah.
And I just think if she's not getting her part, then...
Then everyone needs to know about it.
Everyone needs to know about it, or, sir, she's gonna find it elsewhere. Sorry.
Yeah, so with the top comment, it says, holy shit, you're so said. He tells me that it's not important, not a big deal, that he doesn't get me off. That's nut. Oh, I said so. Significant other.
That's fine.
That's nuts. I would feel like a failure as a lover. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Somebody else says it's selfish, so her significant other is fine and happy when he gets an orgasm, but doesn't feel the need to return the favor. That's just selfish. 100%. It is.
Yeah.
It is, and that's like little boy. Like, you're like a little boy.
Yeah.
So, you're not the asshole.
Not at all.
Maybe next time when you tell him something, he'll listen to you.
Okay, mine says, kind of similar.
Okay.
Just like people saying shit that they shouldn't be saying, or maybe they should be saying. We'll find out. This one goes, am I the asshole for disclosing my husband's medical history to our couples therapist? We started couples therapy recently, and during our last appointment, the therapist asked about my husband's behaviors, and I felt it was appropriate time to bring up a suggestion I made to my husband, that he sees a psychiatrist. He was very defensive, saying I'm not qualified to diagnose. So I then explained he's been on antidepressants for over a decade, and I want him to get the level of psychiatric care he deserves. He said it made him feel like something was wrong with him and snapped at me for telling his personal info, and he said it's not mine to share with the therapist. The therapist said she did need to know, and I felt that she didn't think I did anything wrong. After I asked him why he snapped at me, he asked that I please not reveal any information protected by the law. Now I'm wondering, am I the asshole?
Oh, protected by the law? You guys are clearly in... You know what? That's actually not true. I'm going to refrain from saying what I was going to say.
Say it!
I was going to say you guys are clearly in couples therapy for a reason, but I also think that it can be a good, like, preventative for things to happen.
Yes.
I don't think that there needs to be an issue for you to go to therapy.
Absolutely.
So that's what I was going to retract on. But, no, I think that that's extremely important. That she knows that. Yeah.
Absolutely.
He's obviously uncomfortable with the situation, or he wouldn't be acting the way he is about it.
Yeah.
He's either insecure, doesn't feel good about it. There has to be a reason why he's not...
Do you think he should have maybe said it himself when he was ready? Or do you, like...
I think that would... See, because if they had a conversation and she's like, they need to, like... Sarah needs to know this.
Yes.
And he's like, no. Then maybe, okay, like, if you don't tell her by next week, and we start getting into that conversation, then I'm going to end up telling her. Because it does affect me as a part of the partnership that we have. And if I'm affected, you're affected. Because we're supposed to be a team. And this is obviously a big part of possibly of it, like, for there to be an issue.
Right. And, like, I've never gone to therapy, but, like, I think the difference between, like, my story and yours is, like, this is someone who, one, it's so confidential. She doesn't know you from fucking anywhere.
Yeah.
Like, she's here to actually help you. So I think giving her all the background on you is going to ultimately help.
Yeah. Who goes to therapy? Ew. No, I'm kidding. Guys, I love therapy. I love it. I tell everybody, and I would tell it if they had dog therapy, they probably do.
Ooh. If they had what?
I said if they had dog therapy, I would be taking the dogs, the cats, whatever. No, it's great. I love it. I do think it's important, but I do think things take time.
Yeah.
To open up about, and so it's just kind of tough. Like, if they have been going for a while.
Right, like, was this the first session and she's just blurting that out? Like, maybe I'd be a little pissed off. Like, especially if you're someone who's not open to the idea of therapy, which, not to be whatever, but I think men are more a bit, like, closed off on that side, on, like, opening up to a stranger. So, you know, like, maybe this was already a big step he's going, and then when I go and you're telling this lady all these things, like...
Does it say that they've gone for a while?
There's nothing about how often they've been going.
I thought it said.
No.
Okay.
But she's voted not the asshole. First comment says, let me get this straight. Your husband is too embarrassed to tell a mental health professional he is paying to help that he needs mental help. He ain't in counseling to fix your marriage, sis. He thinks you are the problem in the marriage, and he expected the therapist to be on his side. Except to be told that everything is your fault by him, and pretty soon he'll refuse to go to therapy at all.
I don't agree with that. I think, if, like you said, if this is the first session and she's like, this is what's going on and that's what's going on, for one, yes, like, it is important to know certain things, but for two, also, it's important to make sure both people, especially when it's not just yourself in that session, that everyone's comfortable.
Yeah.
Because you might be able to open up very easily. Like, I can open up very easily. Yes. I open up easily. I can express my feelings easily. I don't mind talking about things to people.
Did you see that meme I sent you?
No.
It was like, oh, I want to be like that cool, mysterious girl, but I get around people and I can't shut up.
Yeah. Yeah, I did see that.
But yeah, some people just have no problem.
Like, talking and opening up.
A therapist is totally different.
Yeah, I again, if it's like your 6th, 7th, 8th session and this is something that really does affect your relationship.
Yeah, she needs to know.
But they've also obviously been together for a very long time. It said something about, like, he's been on it for 10 years or something. Did it not? Am I...
Yeah, he's been on antidepressants for over a decade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess that doesn't necessarily mean that they've been together. He's just been on them.
Yeah.
But I think that
it's
definitely important.
It just says we started couples therapy recently and during our last appointment. So maybe they've gone to 2, 3.
Yeah.
Anyways.
It could have been a conversation, though, that they had prior to.
Yes.
And then I think that with her, it would have been like, if you don't tell her within, the next 2 or 3 sessions, then I feel like I want to go on with telling her.
Yeah.
It's all about communication, people.
That's it.
Ladies and gentlemen. Okay, well.
Story 3.
This one has our favorite word.
Food. No?
Our second favorite word. Maybe not. Okay.
Guess we'll find out.
Am I the asshole for calling my wife fat?
Oh, fat! That's funny.
We're just joking, guys.
So funny.
A little bit. I, 34, male, work in a physically demanding field. Myself and my coworkers are all fit people, without a lot of body type variety. My wife, 32, female, is fat. This is the thing. She's always been fat the whole time I've known her. When we dated, she was fat. When we got married, she was fat. She knows she's fat. She's fat, and she's beautiful.
Aww.
I'm happy if she loses weight. I'm happy if she stays where she is. I think she's the most beautiful woman in the world, as is. One of my coworkers, Julia, 28, female, started complaining that she was too fat to be loved, and fat people don't get to be loved. Julia isn't fat. She's maybe 120 pounds.
No.
She works out 5 times a week and barely eats. I told her that that wasn't true and that my wife was fat. She got really red in the face and started telling me that I wasn't allowed to call my wife fat and that I was insulting her and that my wife was beautiful and curvy. Carol, my wife, doesn't like being called curvy. She thinks it's just a label used to avoid calling people fat because it's a dirty word to most people. I told Julia as much. Julia started threatening to tell my wife I called her fat. She pulled up her Instagram and told me she was messaging Carol that I was being mean. I beat her to the punch and I called my wife, put her on speaker, and asked if she was curvy or fat. My wife laughed and said, I hate that curvy shit. Fat and beautiful, baby. I thanked her and told her I loved her and hung up. As soon as I hit end, Julia went mental. She started screaming that I was abusing my wife. When I asked her how, she said I was clearly brainwashing her into accepting the term fat and trying to keep her complacent from getting away from me. That no woman in her right mind would be okay with their husband calling them fat. I showed her a picture of my wife in a shirt that had a BBW on it. She bought it for herself, by the way. She stormed off and hasn't spoke to me since. Now I just walked in today from an email from HR requesting that I have a meeting with them. I don't think it's a big deal. I have my wife's blog for fat positivity, the shirt, and can easily call her for proof. But now things are frigid at work. And Julia is constantly giving me dirty looks when we are in the same room. She ignores me otherwise. So I'm just over it. Scratching my head. Am I the asshole for calling my wife fat?
What the fuck? Julia, you crazy bitch.
Yeah.
I love Carol.
That is so
Carol's
funny.
so
Carol,
fun.
Yay.
Carol's one of the fat girls. We love her.
One of the...
One of us. I love Carol.
I think that that's so true, though. I feel like a lot of people think that the word fat is, like, yucky.
Yes.
And they're like, no, I'm not fat, or don't say people are fat.
Yeah.
No,
if you're fat, you're fat.
And if you're skinny, you're skinny. And if you're fat and you don't want to be fat, do something about it.
Yeah.
And if you're skinny and you don't want to be skinny, like, try and do that too. I know that, though, like, I know some people it's extremely hard to gain weight.
Yes, of course.
Some people it's extremely hard to lose weight.
But I think, like, Carol, she's just kind of accepted, like, her truth.
Yeah.
Like, if you're, like, No, never mind.
No, go ahead.
No, I just think accepting your body weight, like you said, unless you're going to do something about it, is, like, so mentally healthy for you. Like,
yes.
Unless you are, if you're genuinely that upset where every day you're like, ugh, I'm so disgusting, I'm so fat, or, ugh, I'm so skinny, I'm so that, like, and you're not actively trying to change, then you need to just change the narrative that, like, I'm fat and I love it. Like, I'm a chunky girl and I love it. Like, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Something's got to give or take.
Yeah, it's got to be one or the other. You can't keep complaining and not changing.
Mm-hmm.
Or if you're not changing, just be the fun fat girl. Like, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I love Carol. I love her husband. Julia's a fucking sick psycho bitch. Also, you're 120 pounds and you're calling yourself fat. You're a fucking freak.
No, like, if that's true, that's just scary and that's sad, actually.
And it's just so funny because you yourself you're calling yourself 120 pounds fat, but Carol, who's actually bigger than 120 pounds, and he's calling her fat, and that's unacceptable. Like,
right.
It's just so funny, and I think that just goes back to this definition of the word fat, and that, like, I don't know, like, it's, like, censored almost. It's just so funny.
I think it's just funny, too, because it's not, like, I'm sure if his wife was, like, you know, I'm curvy, then he'd be like, my wife is curvy.
Yes.
You know what I mean? It's very clear, though.
He's not just out here, like...
bashing his wife.
No.
I love, they
I
seem
love
happy.
that he called her. And
yeah.
she was like,
like
I'm not
here,
curvy,
babe,
I'm fat.
deal with this girl.
Yeah.
Fat and beautiful, baby.
BBW.
We need to put that on merch.
We love that. Fat and beautiful.
There's a big update, but it's just about him meeting HR.
Yeah. No,
we don't need to add that.
Julia's just a weirdo. Like, I don't know who she thought. Like,
it's just unfortunate too.
Your wife is brainwashed.
But yeah, like you said, her calling herself fat and then the wife being like actually fat.
Yeah. And that you have an issue with, but like people like that are so dramatic.
Like, what if he called you fat? What if he was like, yeah, you are fat?
Then what, Julia? Because you've been calling yourself fat all day.
Maybe she's fishing for like
something.
You're beautiful. You're this. You're that. The top comment, which very true. The difference between your wife and Julia is that your wife loves herself. Mm-hmm. Julia can't even pretend to.
That's so good.
Yikes.
Yeah, that's what it is.
So yeah.
That's funny.
That is a teammate. My first story.
Yeah.
I also feel like the wife was being a team by trying to come to her husband.
Yes.
And he was being an opponent by not giving a fuck.
Right.
Yep.
Okay, well, mine is so funny because it's very similar to that one, but...
It's about fat people?
I'll read it to you.
Okay. Fat people.
It's about fat people? Okay, I no longer find my wife attractive. I, 33 male, have been with my wife, 31 female, for about 9 years. We've been married for 8.
Wow.
When we were dating and into the marriage a few years, she was incredibly healthy and thin. She was also very fit. She ate well and exercised daily. That is no longer the case. She has gained a considerable amount of weight and stopped eating well and stopped working out. Overall, she's just completely stopped taking care of herself. She binge eats, then complains she isn't skinny like she was before. I get that I'm no 10, but overall I'm in good shape. I have what I would say is an athletic build, 6'2" and about 195 pounds. I have expressed a preference to how things were before when asked, but apparently I was wrong for that. I have encouraged her to eat better and work out again. I have been supportive every time she tries to diet, but they usually only last a day or two. Then it's back to eating constant junk food, drinking soda and wine, and lazing around. I constantly offer to go to the gym with her at her convenience or bring her when I go, but she hasn't been in years. Before, I would initiate sex. Now, I no longer feel attracted to her. Then she gets mad when I'm not interested in sleeping with her. It has caused numerous fights. We've gone to counseling both together and separately. I am truly at a loss here. I don't know what to do.
That's tough.
I know.
No, really, no. Actually, that's tough.
We've talked about this before too. Like if someone drastically changes and it doesn't need to be weight, or like if you were with a blonde girl the whole time and then she turned brunette, or
this was like when we first started talking about the podcast. Oh my gosh. So what got me, I think, was like, he's like, I'm trying to get her to go to the gym. Yep. I'm trying to help her. Yeah. Help herself. And that sucks. I don't think if he's being kind and he's tried everything, this isn't an asshole question, is it? This is just probably advice. Yeah. Well, I don't think he's being an asshole. I don't know what I want to do. What do you do at that point, though? You've tried to help your partner. They've changed. If you're not attracted to them anymore, then you're not attracted to them anymore. And I don't think he should be considered... Again, this isn't an asshole story, but I'm kind of just...
But no, we can, like, is he an asshole?
You know, like, if...
For not finding his wife attractive?
No, I don't think so.
No, me either.
I don't. I think if maybe, like, there's children involved and that's...
There are no children involved.
We know that for sure?
Yeah. He added an edit, but it's just, like, long and not really. But, yeah, there's no children.
There has to be a reason why. Even for me, though, like, when I go to the gym, I love it. Like, I went to Pilates today, and I was like, I felt so good, and I'm like, I know it makes me feel good, but I think I'm so hard on myself when I go to the gym. And if I'm not going, and doing, like, the 5 days a week, like, I get, like, kind of crazy. And when I fall off and, like, I'm eating, like, I'm constantly, like, oh, my gosh. Like,
yes.
I honestly, like, sugar is an addiction. I really feel like it is. And it's hard, but I'm sure she doesn't feel good about herself.
No.
Like, and it's just not healthy.
It's not healthy. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I feel really bad for him.
Yeah, and I think, like, till death do it, or for better or for worse, for sickness and health, but if you're actively choosing not to...
Yeah, and you're not the person that I felt like, he said when they first got together, she was exercising daily, eating healthy, like...
Yeah.
What
switch? Sorry.
Yeah, no, I was just kind of gonna say, like, you trapped him. Yeah. But no, really, like, if that's the person you fell for, like, of course their personality and their character and all those things add on, but, like, let's not beat around the bush. Yeah. Like, the way your partner looks is a huge component to being with someone. And I think when they completely change, like, he said a considerable amount of weight. He didn't say how much, but clearly a lot. She doesn't eat well. She's drinking wine. She's drinking soda and eating junk food.
Yeah, I don't know, like, if there's a reason, if there's something happened.
Well, that's the thing, yeah. Like, he does say, like, she's not gone to see a doctor about the issues, even with me asking. We have good medical insurance, but she won't take the time to go. She doesn't see any of this as an issue. So, I don't know. All the comments are kind of saying, like, she needs some professional help here. She sounds like, yeah.
But quite literally, if she's choosing not to, what is he left to do? Like, I think if you guys both, like, started off as doing something together, and I think that's hard too, because I feel like sometimes people get in relationships and then throughout time, there is somebody that starts going to the gym or wants to work out, and you started, so let's reverse it, I guess. If you started where you guys were kind of frumpy and lazy and eating all this stuff, and one of you decides to get better and want to be better, or maybe not better, but eat healthier, work out, move your body, be active, and the next person doesn't get on that bandwagon with you, who, like, you were with that person when they were chunky and big, and so are you then an asshole because you got fit that you're like, I'm not into it anymore?
Yeah, I don't think you're the asshole. I think some people change, and, like, I also, like, it depends on the person, right? Some people don't care what their partner does, right? Like your last story, for instance, like, he was fit and, like, you know what I mean? And his wife wasn't, and he's a give a shit. Like, you know what I mean? So if it doesn't bother you, it doesn't bother you. But some people, like, that's just not what they're attracted to. I mean, I think that situation, the wife was already fat when he met her, so there were no fucking surprises. Like, you're with a fat bitch, you're with a fat bitch. Like, and he said if she got skinny, it would be great, but if she stayed the same, it would be great. Like, you know what I mean? I think when, someone changes for the worse, like, I don't think you're an asshole for... Not that he's saying...
Oh, so she's worse because she's eating junk food. I'm kidding.
Yes! You want me to say that? Yes.
No, yeah. But, okay, so then how would the situation be if it was reversed? Like, who's the asshole then? If you and I are dating.
Okay.
Okay, I go to the gym, I'm working out.
Of course I'm the fat one.
I can't be fat forever, Simone.
Okay, so I stay frumpy. And what? You want to leave.
And I'm like, you're not fit, you're not active, you're not doing anything. Come on.
Well, and I'd say this is what you fell in love with.
Yeah, but
I don't think you're wrong for getting... I don't think you would be wrong for leaving if you found a new way of life, if you found this healthy lifestyle and you want now someone to match that for you. I, as the fat one, might not want to be with you because I don't like the broccoli in the fridge. But you know what I mean? Like, I think maybe they're just...
broccoli in the fridge!
No, but I just think, like, then you just are two separate people. Like...
Yeah, and that's... Yeah, and people change. Like, if
I'm complaining now, okay, you're at the gym all the time, you're this, you're that, like, I might be more annoyed than the fit person is. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. I just think if someone changes in the relationship from what you originally started, you're not at fault for not being attracted to them anymore.
I think, though, like... I just think people change, time changes,
absolutely.
People evolve. mental, like, there's mental changes, there's body changes.
Yes.
And that's just life, though, too.
Yes.
In any instance.
Absolutely. And that's why some people, like him, he's willing to work through this, but she's not meeting him halfway, right? Like, some people, like, they're high school sweethearts who have been together literally before their freaking prefrontal cortex developed, and they're still together now. Like, you can either grow with someone, or sometimes people just grow apart, and I think that truly just depends on the individuals.
Yeah. Like,
there are friends I've had since forever, and there's friends that, like, I used to be friends with that I could never see myself being friends with now.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and I'm so different from the time when I met those people, but, like, some of us grew together and some of us grew apart. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just think if you can ultimately, meet someone in the middle, then I think if you really have a true connection and bond to someone, I think there's always, like, meeting somewhere in the middle. You know what I mean? And I think, like, this story, like, he's genuinely trying. Like, he's not giving up hope. I don't think he's like, oh, you're a fat bitch, and, like, get the divorce papers. But it is hard when you're trying to be like, like, I'll cook you your meals, let's go to the gym together, and this person doesn't want to do any of that.
No, that would be extremely challenging.
Yeah.
Very, very challenging.
Mm-hmm. Anyways, yeah, I don't think he's the asshole.
I don't think so either. I would like to know what the people think.
Yeah.
That's a good one to clip.
I think people might disagree.
You think so? I think so too, because I feel like I'm opinionated, but I feel like my opinion falls short of everyone else's.
Yeah.
I'm also like, a lot of shit I don't care about.
Yes.
I don't care about what people do. I don't care what...
Yeah.
Like, at the end of the day, like, the furry thing and... No, like, do what you want, but I also, like, it's weird. It is weird to me.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but, like, and I'm allowed to think that.
Yes.
I'm not a bad person for thinking that. Like...
No.
I mean... Yeah. Like, even some of the...
I was gonna say something, though. I wonder if this would change if she had kids. And if her weight started to come after the kids. Or because of the pregnancy. I wonder what people's take on that would be, because I know so many, like, stories about that. Like, your wife got pregnant, and she just, like, is frumpy now and doesn't, like, hasn't lost that weight, isn't motivated, is just kind of, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if that would make a difference. I've never...
To you or to what? To him? Or what do you mean?
Just to everyone's opinion. Do you know what I mean? Like, I've never gone through childbirth, so I don't know, like, what that does to your body. But I know some women, like, it takes so long for them to, like...
There's some women that literally bounce back. And then, and then there's a few. Like, there are some that do and some that don't. And I don't know. I just think it is what it is. It's life. And... Obviously, if you were somebody that worked out before you had kids, and then you had kids and you got bigger, and, like, maybe that would affect... Like, I do know somebody, actually, that got quite big when they had a child. They were super, super fit prior, though.
Yeah.
And the partner just was not attracted to them. That sucks.
Yeah.
That really sucks. And she looks amazing now, and she looks great, and, like... even after her kid, she still looked good. Like, you just had a kid, but I don't think that would motivate me to be better.
No.
Some people are like, oh, you want to say this? Like, I'll be 6 days in the gym and a week. No,
I'll get even fatter.
But
that's just, like, the amount of men that cheat on their wives when they're pregnant.
Ugh, that's icky.
I know.
I don't love it.
Yeah, I don't fucking know. Like, that anyways, whatever. Now we're getting off the rails, but...
Right off the rails.
Right off the rails. You have another story?
Really?
Do you?
No.
Are we done?
It's 40 minutes.
Oh, fuck. No one's gonna even hear my story.
No.
Just kidding.
Oh, no, people have to hear it. Okay, guys, well, I liked that.
That was fun.
That was good. That was good.
Good
Make sure
stories.
I guess this is the end, so.
Yeah, we're ending it now.
Well, I was gonna... Follow all the way through, please, okay?
Please, if you made it this far, comment that you made it this far. That would really be so sweet.
Comment in the
section.
Comment below if you've made it this far.
Please.
No, comment on air.
That's good.
If you did, there might be a little something for you.
There might be a little secret. A little gift package.
Yep.
If you do it.
You should.
And like, share.
Subscribe. Smash everything. Nana will be back soon.
Yes, smash everything. Don't forget.
Okay.
And we'll see you guys next Monday.
Bye.
See you.